would like to discuss topic here, which is friction. Now, what is friction in a complete concept, right? So, first of all, what is friction? Friction. What is friction? Friction is basically an opposing force which comes. I'm sorry, which comes into play when two bodies. This is only a definition. We'll discuss the complete concept behind it. Come into play when two bodies come in contact into contact, whether slide or move over each other. So I don't need to write that. Slide over each other. So this force acts between two bodies or two surfaces. The force acts between two bodies and surface. This is a contact force. This is a contact force, right? So let's discuss the complete concept behind it, right? So I wanted to have a brush for it. So discuss the complete. So let's go for it. We know that according to Newton's first law of motion, for example, this is a box of mass m, and now the state of this box is rest. So according to Newton's law of motion, Newton's first law, every body continues states of rest and uniform motion and is acted by some external force which stays at rest. For example, I have applied a force here, force F, and it comes into motion. It comes into motion. This is basically a motion, but after a while I'll notice that it comes into rest without applying the external force. According to the first law of motion, everybody continues states of rest and uniform motion until it is acted by some external force, right? But without applying the force, after a while it comes into rest by its own self, which shows that some kind of hidden force or force exists between the surface and this mass, and that force is known as friction, right? It acts in the opposite direction of the force, right? It always acts in the opposite direction of the force, and it always opposes the motion, the relative motion, right? Relative motion means motion between two surfaces and ground of reference to second surface, right? Friction, if we apply force in this direction, the friction acts in this direction, which tries to oppose the motion, right? Friction is basically the 2 points that can be arise. That friction may be due to roughness, right? It may arise due to roughness of the surface. Roughness. It may arise due to roughness of the surface, or the second point is due to adhesive force. Due to adhesive force. Due to adhesive force is well, right. So we'll discuss this point one by one, and everything will be clear. So friction is basically an opposite force which comes into play when two bodies come in contact and force at on two bodies, and come into play whether the body slides, move, or roll over each other. This force act between two bodies and surface, two bodies or two surfaces. Here two surfaces, and this is also known as contact force. You can modify the definition. I have missed some points, but I don't think so there's need to write it because I've discussed all the points here, right? So wait, okay, sorry. Let's remove it to discuss one very important concept. What is tendency to relative motion? Now, these are some points that I'll be discussing later on as well with some basic points. Tendency to relative motion. Relative motion. Now, what is tendency to relate emotion? For example, this is a body A.